yeah 3-4 to Borussia Dortmund. But if you look at the game Omo give here now, I think they lost, but no money bad. Because for an African team, air ball against an European giant, regardless how you see Borussia Dortmund, they are one of the teams or more Europa in the Champions League. When they have their mojo, no more, and so ride a man, sir. They really and so make sure say Omo ball UEFA Champions League and every tournament of Musia. I mean, because in the last 2 seasons, Omo finalists and so over the UEFA Champions League, which will tell you that they are a good side. But if you look at Mamelodi Sundowns, and that kind of game Omo and so to me give you, said American they lost 3-4 to Borussia Dortmund. But if you look at the game, for the African side, what's your first goal? Yati, ni Ashenu. For them to get that mentality to also pull 2 goals back. Now, that close margin, it should tell you, sir, they came not to play. And if you look at Go Ribeiro and Fit Michel in the game, it's a good contender. The goal now, game now, a ball ends our tournament. We as you know, a bit me and so are contending for the goal of the tournament. It should tell you how I am on this Sundowns and switching by. Only the first African team, Omunya win enter this tournament. I say it should tell you how I know NCC go. In that game, they scored 3 goals and 2 was ruled offside. Yes, in that almost first game, they scored 3 goals in a game and 2 were ruled offside. And then on by on to match 3 and so against Dortmund. So if you look at more, I think they are in the right direction. Or more, because you need 2 almost years because of more pedigree when it comes to African football. And at this stage, more appeal hoping, and they are a team that you feel say, I'm going to bet African, you know, they've not given us that sort of a performance. I'm about to say Egypt for or Musia can answer Africa no Marco World Cup no. Sana Ali for night. Egypt bet me up bo Afcon no as teams are jet to us were but World Cup pe Egypt. Sabia na Ali and so and then they are giving us that sort of a performance. So more Mamelodi Sundowns about this is what right investment and to me Edema clubs. If you stand toe to toe against Borussia Dortmund, they've had their issues and all that. But if you can stand toe to toe to them, now no boss boy now. I think that it was a good game. I am more a Mamelodi Sundowns about so. In African brothers, no, and she don't tear him there, but more bet me at him. Say American the last time 3 goals, they did 2. If you put everything together, like 6 goals in the tournament, not 4 near Jamo. I think they've been good, they've been wonderful. Yes.
Williams. Silly goals. That's like it was a game they should.
Almost say, that is how a football is. He's one fine goalkeeper. I personally met him Afcon in Komoba community, but let me say, Michel a retired goalkeeper. No man farmer man. He's a good guy, but these are some of the things that you see in football. When you come, you prepare yourself. You don't know what may happen. But Mamelodi Sundowns and Teresa or more and South Africa or in their last game, probably they get a point and then they will qualify to the next stage. Now, BBI and Sweatimaki and Amatima, your friend, Mamelodi Sundowns. Kwaku, Arda Guler no, but he can watch them each and every single time. In the last 2 seasons, the only difference between the star boy now we are saying playing time. Yes. That's the only difference. Because before Guler went to Real Madrid, some of us are interested. Yeah. It should tell you that he was a player that Omuhun say, had future. He chose Real Madrid, say, "Oh, go see a candy among or call you know." When that free flowing integration into Real Madrid's team, and a bench and not to take more English background and to be team. But when a new manager comes in, no new manager not stress our eye for young footballers and our near opportunities to young talent. No much ready or more. No amount brand here. Your friend Arda Guler the chance to operate. I'm sure say he's going to make a lot of things work for Team FN Real Madrid. He's a good player. As I always say, I'm not comparing on your branch FN and Lamine Yamal. But what I'm saying is Lamine Yamal had the opportunity to play each and every single time I know you're available with the Team FN Barcelona. At the times that Arda Guler be available, you will see your friend Carlo Ancelotti deciding to play Vervaldi at that side. Now Arda Guler to bench. So the only difference between them now the playing time or Bakunya Abakunya. So now he's getting the playing time. And this is what Emma Clasico, the Spanish football near there. When you have players are Omo Rima or Mayu. and you get players or more Barcelona when they are gearing up for a year El Clasico, and my El Clasico and so to and I think say Arda Guler and so I pick the right spot and not pick it at the right time because this is the time that Uru friend Xabi Alonso any team. Or you say then you say we enemy first 11 into we want to do more. But if you are given the opportunity, now grab the opportunity, no, now make availability counter. I think say you are making good name for yourself, and I think say Yemo run about so. And one person also make good account for himself. That striker. Yes, the last Saturday now I was talking about him. If you look at this pass, and your pass will look the first goal that a touch, no, I call Emma go by to tell you say Enzo is making good name for himself. Now Real Madrid Enzo will like a striker in Oselu type, but if they are not able to get that striker, now, at least they have a young guy who also believes that Metina bench when given the opportunity, I'll come in and score goals. You know, because areas and Kellen Mbappe are available. And Gonzalo won't get the opportunity to play for Real Madrid number 9. Yeah. But now he's had the opportunity. And the 2 games he's played, Washe go back, Waya sit back. And if you look at the total output for Team of Real Madrid, I think they're bad. These are some of the games I will say Real Madrid at the association. Pachuca may not be a team where Real Madrid that show where say but if you look at how they want to shape up, how our individual players actually say they are important for Real Madrid, I think that it's a team and a step in the right direction. Xabi Alonso will see more on the team no, and then with my session no my now what me done it then before so we free FIFA Club World Cup not be Rome Spain. I won the first La Liga match no. You have a fair idea season now come no players of person do move and how a person to set it up in so 2 players and so about and giving opportunity or more and so at me one person Nioma Onyana last season now also at the FIFA Club World Cup no paper a bunch of friends. If you look at him last season, performance are Ogivi na Alonso Aba Obia or clean slate. And if you look at the 2 games now, Abona, and you want to say Thibaut Courtois was saying say it was silly mistake twice because the penalty he gave to Al Hilal was something that we could me avoid. This red card now could me avoid. At the time that competition yet key on the place, new coach, you need to have your grade A game on. No, is the time that all messy up.
We need what down for the day, no, the ain't air time.
What down for the day?
What down for Nicolas Jackson? And then we
Nicolas Jackson, there no air time change because he's a striker.
Yeah,
you don't expect him to go into that tackle. But this one too was needless because if you look at him, he wasn't on the runaway. Say, Okwakoshi. Oh, don't pass. We need a red card in my head. We're not born equal.
Randon, they are show.
You need Randon. Anyhow, it's
show.
But so much. That's the one new red card. Still, remember what advantage. Change say, Ubedi red card. No, Kokuka we not born equal. Randon are losing the power. The Randon we know on your knee. We're not born equal.
Well, who are the only shade in the goal. And apart from an honor, I think that Randon also you see now
because he's an experienced player.
You're winning here. I did never be an born.
Yes.
The bit is a Rudiger.
Because all the body man can credit already know the balance.
Randon, you soon agree.
He's an experienced player, but at this point, no man know any papan or the air paper. And at the time that Dean Horse in a bar, Bonabasso for a game that he's been playing. Sometimes Nanka say we ask no Bob Brana and so Bob Empire for luck. Why do I say this? The Horse in a bar, a sense you are boy 5 seasons for Team of Real Madrid. So your coach now now offer the technical report of your previous coach. You know that Asensio is a jewelry. You know that you can trust him. There is a new guy or more team can say Real Madrid. He's now playing for Real Madrid. So you are going to look at him, how he's going to fit in, how about if I keep him. He comes in and he is giving good account for himself. Nipana ABOU technical report by Chelsea is a good player and is messing up. So he plays into the hands of a bunch here, your friend Eddie Hoyse. He will get opportunity to play against alongside Ura, a friend of Rudiger, an experienced player of Militao. One we are now saying, no matter you are getting back to the bench because of decisions and Neoma also ultimate form. So I think that Jinhua Nanya the opportunity to establish himself before even say he will run La Liga and Mukano. Now he's been able to establish himself because he gave a solid performance against Pachuca. It wasn't too sounding against Al Hilal. He wasn't bad. So if he's able to build on that, Yes, and kakra or cementing the place. I don't know. Say ono and a Real Madrid and so a best a center pair. Kwaku, I do remember what.
I do it.
Yeah, maybe. Now who says Showman and I'm saying
all that I do pay my mission. But I said to where you live.
And WW, among us, my maybe. Maybe Biashe. Number one, I'm with Italy gets with the mountain.
Yeah, or the Judy's all about casting
and come the Bray PM, but lying in
Belene, we are.
Me come here because you want to come as a move. So I've been so it's been good games and so FIFA Club World Cup. Now say you DNA PC players need be complaining about pitches in the but at least I want my pre-season competitive kakra. Because mostly pre-season you need that competitive level no and in there. So for them giving us this for us game no the first games in the man who my year but the man had to us no I think it's a good one. Me and my own Juventus may share that new mundi but at least they are giving something maybe if given opportunity next season or make me build on Juventus can't go this season to without winning anything or Italy. We need to get something. I'm happy Paul Pogba will be coming back. Paul Pogba will be joining Team my friend in Monaco for a 2-year deal. He's 32 years. I believe that Miami owned Juventus when he needed us most. Yeah, Moano. Because during that time, Osia kind of that issue. No, he requested say man a personal trainer. What my training? Juventus Amano, and eventually it did my last year November. Juventus let me terminate the contract of my friend Paul Pogba. At a time where you feel say you've given your all for a team, what they needed your service. What's about being? But how bad you are in some sort of a trouble that you need your people around you. Or my team Yamuano. But now he's been able to come back and 4 years it is about 18 and now and now he's closer to playing football again. Also on one casano he's mentally fit. He believes a 32-year-old Paul Pogba, but he still feels that he's a kid and he can give something. If you look at Monaco here in the last season, they've qualified for the Champions League. So if you look at Paul Pogba, regardless how you name the ones or your fate you can't throw him into a competitive team where they are willing not to give chance and time to people. Because Paul Pogba, regardless how good he is, he wouldn't be the Paul Pogba we used to know. He will need some games, some months to regain himself. So for him to go to Monaco, they are in the Champions League. So when he go there, he will probably work himself game, playing the Champions League and probably get maybe 2 years and I say 3 years be for a teams are not as a desire so bit mako agwakoba mom. I rehearse some women say was each and every single time and Mabutan say that bang and no mess who so was studying game and the manner gradually they are getting closer to seeing their father playing at the bigger stadiums again and I'm very very happy for him. We need to see Paul Pogba again because he's been able to give us sounding performance. Paul Pogba in his element. I'm sure I said make friends and will not come close to Paul Pogba if only is his element. So I'm happy he will be coming. Now share every man against no one zone fanana.
Oh, the reason they do BPR Jason F na for coffee be a share now the market.
Kroma can you ma oh petit.
Oh, but we are normal signing my club here until your share
Oh, of course.
We no club so we age mama. Ze party be on the Flamingo Jason. The training room was na Alejandro Garnacho Rashford
Ghana tundo obeshe. Then one obeshe.
We stop on academy.
You know, Obia. Oni Messi what team Ukraine or support Ronaldo. How many channels Argentina can support Ronaldo? But no quite ikisu anini. As one body.
Last time I catch us and them crana bano.
We've seen times there was a question Aguero. We get it dang. Regardless of who Gina Dobe can be on, he choose Messi over here. But so don't even I'm not for cassette and go celebration. But also go crowd Argentina so you do Argentina no celebrate Ronaldo celebration. With Messi. Oh no, that's what they. I think that good. I'm happy for Paul.
Otia was la mi amanu Ronaldo akufada for. We can't show unti. That crown of mom almost stand am.
Only man the fibo.
Mom almost stand now. My show.
DIABY.
Muzara Ricardo was the cause of the JCB break here, but I didn't tell anyone. You know,
that's what internet I play version.
I don't know really there.
Was a
on colors or show there.
I'm a sexy body.
Fine. Oh,
Imobi and Arda.
Arda minimum Arda.
I'm one of the finest guys. I'm body very, very sexy.
Yeah, oh, you're a nice guy, but all four of them will feel there is a self cacao.
Yeah, you name me be him say. Me you name me from crab him say. Yes, I'll form with you and I'm dealing.
Oh, okay.
Body very, very, very sensitive. Baba,
look.